Hey guys, it's CMZ News here for another recap of Real Housewives of New Jersey. This time I'm recapping the season finale episode. I actually did not do the episode after Nightmare in Nashville, but I think I'm going to combine some of my feedback for this latest episode with that. We wake up this morning after the dinner where Teresa fat shames Margaret by saying, that Margaret always eats. And it's the next morning and they're having a private chef. And Margaret is not happy with the apology that Teresa gave that night. So the night before in the episode 12, this is after the Nashville fight food scene, Teresa gives an apology at the table. She apologizes to the table, not specifically to Marge, but to the table. She says, basically in short, I'm sorry for ruining everything. And everybody is actually giving Teresa a lot of props for saying, for Teresa, this is really a good apology. And Margaret is like, no, I'm not happy with that. She's trolling her apology. She's saying it wasn't sincere. She's doing all kinds of talking heads, talking about how it's just it's not acceptable apology for her. So Marge is not happy. So that morning, everyone is getting ready to eat breakfast. It's their last day actually in Nashville. Scenes with Jackie talking to Evan about her eating disorder and her struggles with that. Guys, I don't struggle with the same issues Jackie does. I have my own, obviously, struggle, not obviously, but obviously some people, but I have struggles with, food and everything. I think, we all see our bodies in different ways. So I just wish Jackie the best. I really don't even feel comfortable talking about that because it's just not a subject I'm an expert on or anything. But, Jackie, I think, has been really brave, opening up about that. So she talks about how she wants to try with her food a little bit more. I'm looking at my notes. Okay. So Jackie accepted the apology. But she said that she's not interested in a friendship with Teresa. Oh, I'm fast forwarding. So all at the kitchen table, once again, discussing the boss. The boss is Teresa. Remember, Teresa is not staying at the house anymore. She's been kicked off the island. She is now at a hotel. So they're all talking about the night before. They're in the kitchen and they're all talking. Jackie mentions that, although she accepted Teresa's apology before for bringing up Evan's alleged cheating, which you guys, anytime anybody brings up Evan and this girl from the gym, Jackie loses her shit. Excuse me. She loses it. She wants it shut completely down. So it's how can you not understand that Teresa also doesn't want anybody to talk about her boyfriend? You don't want us to talk about your husband. A rumor, by the way, that was not started by Teresa. It was started from the guys in the group, but I think we'll get more about that at the reunion. Jackie says that she thinks Teresa's dangerous. So she backtracks on how she feels about Teresa, and I don't know. I kind of didn't like that. I thought it was really fake of Jackie. I would say if people are soldiers for Teresa, Jackie's a soldier for Margaret. So Margaret brings up at the breakfast as they're all standing around the island how, she doesn't like Teresa's apology. She's not here for it. She doesn't think it's sincere again. Marge says, that she brings up that she believes Teresa fat shamed her by mentioning that she always eats dinner, that nobody stood up for her. Jennifer is okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I can take responsibility that I should have said something. That comment wasn't right. Everybody agrees. Their fat shaming is not okay. Personally, I don't think, I can defend Teresa for anything, but I don't think Teresa was fat shaming Margaret. I think she literally was saying Margaret, you always eat, you make sure you eat dinner. I don't know. Maybe I'm making, I honestly, I don't think Teresa was fat shaming her. I don't think she was fat shaming her when she said that her ass is jiggly in her tights that she was wearing. I think Teresa was saying, if you were wearing my workout line, your butt would not be jiggling. It would be tight and firm in my workout gear. I don't think she meant it like that. But at the end of the day, it's not about what I think. If Margaret felt she was being fat shamed, that's all that matters. She felt that, and so that wasn't right. Marge also says, that it's the people on the internet are talking about Louis. and it has no benefit for her to take down Teresa's relationship. And so she's just like, look, you know, I didn't start this. I'm bringing it out there out of genuine concern for this girl. We do a couple flashbacks of showing really like how genuine Margaret was in the beginning of this relationship. She really loved Teresa. She always had a soft spot for her. And, you know, when I was looking at those scenes, I thought like, wow, you know, she really, you know, that's true. She actually did have Teresa's back. She was there for her like after her mom passed and during that special ceremony on the beach with the flowers and everything. So, you know, Marge is hurt, and I think she has a right to be. She got food dumped all over her, you know? So now we go to the bike ride. This is an activity that they have planned for the day, and it's honestly like some sort of drinking Peloton, right? And it looks actually kind of fun. I don't know if I'd want to do it, and I don't blame Marge and Joe for like going and sitting in like the seat and not pedaling, but everybody gets there. Everyone looks great. They're all in their workout gear, and they're all like just pedaling on this thing and doing a drink at every stop. Teresa and Louie, they come. Teresa actually says hi to Margaret. Everyone appears to be having fun. Everyone, the vibe is like, look, we want to have fun. We do not want to fight today. So after they do this activity, it looks like a really good time, actually. They end up going to this hot chicken place where they're going to try some really spicy hot chicken. I guess the restaurant's really known for it in Nashville. And when they get there, it's kind of like a good mood. Everyone's ordering their drinks. You know, this group likes to drink. And Teresa wants to talk to Margaret. Okay. So she's like, let's talk, Marge. And Margaret is like, no, no, I don't want to talk. And Teresa's like, come on. Like, I want to talk with you right now. Like, I want to talk. I want to talk about everything. It's really hurting me. Marge is like, no, I don't want to talk right now. All of a sudden, you don't want to talk, Margaret? You've had so much to say about Teresa and Louie, but now you don't want to talk? Why? Teresa did straight up say, listen, I want to talk now on my terms. I'm ready to talk. Margaret's like, no, I'm not ready to do it. And everyone's like, look, Teresa, it's not the time to talk right now. We're drinking. Let's just have a good time. Let's not talk right now, please. And Tree actually like retreats and goes back. Then we get some scenes of the guys trying some really, really hot chicken. And apparently everybody has a hot palate. You've got Bill. I love Vacation Bill, okay? Bill on Vacation is a vibe. Yeah, he was cheating and doing all that 10 years ago, but like Bill is a vibe on Vacation. And you know what? Like, ignore, like, I have paint marks and stuff on my, on this. And this is my office, you guys. I haven't actually designed it yet, but it's a work in progress. So like, just ignore like kind of like any imperfections. But anyway, it's like all I can see when I'm looking in this. Anyway, Bill's a vibe. So Bill and Joe Gorga are having a hot contest. Joe's like, look, I grew up eating like really spicy Italian food. Bill can eat wasabi like straight. So this is like a challenge. This isn't even a challenge for them. It's like enjoyable. Everybody tries. They all like fail. I think Bill wins or Joe wins, whatever. All right. So they go home. They leave, and everyone literally looks so burnt and toasted. Like they are drunk. They look so done. They all go back to the house. Or Teresa goes back to her hotel. Literally everybody's stomach is hurting. They're like, okay, we're going to go take a nap. It reminded me of like my Vegas daytime pool drinking days where it's like, we're up, we're drinking, we're in that sun, and we're like, okay, like it's around 4:00. We need to take like a good 3-hour nap before we hit the night shift, you know? So that's what they do. Everybody gets dressed. They get ready to go out to dinner after they take their naps. Everyone looks refreshed. Everyone's feeling a little better. And they go to this really nice rooftop, like live bar that has like grass and all this stuff. And it's kind of like talking. Marge is talking to the girls, and she's like basically again saying how she's just disgusted with Teresa's apology. She again brings up like, I don't like how I was fat shamed. Anyway, we'll flash forward to the guys. Okay, so you've got Louie and Teresa finally get there, and Louie actually has a moment with Joe, and he asks Joe if he can talk to him. Joe, Teresa's brother, and he goes and he's like, you know what? I want to thank you for being genuine. It's been difficult with the girls because they judge me. but I truly love your sister, and I want to propose to her. I'm taking her to Europe next month, and I want to propose. And Joe is like really just listening, and he's like, look, I have learned from getting involved in my sister's relationships in the past, meaning Joe, Giudice. He's like, I've done it in the past. I've inserted myself, and it hasn't always ended well. So I really just want to listen and not give too much of an opinion. But he really appreciated Louis coming to him. But Joe, being the cautious brother, traditional, their parents have passed away, his father and his mother. So Joe is like not the older brother, but he's taking that protective role over Teresa. And he's like, all right, I have to ask you some difficult questions, Louis. I have to ask you about these exes. And, Louis like, look, I got divorced at 35. I've had several toxic, thirsty ex-girlfriends who are coming out the woodwork, basically. He goes, I haven't been a crown of a man. I take ownership for it. I wasn't perfect, but your sister has changed my life. Now, I can understand where Louis is coming from. I think Louis does have thirsty exes. One of his exes recently just gave an interview with Sherelle's World, which is on YouTube channel. Amazing YouTube channel, little grip of followers. And she gave a really good interview. His ex was a beautiful woman. Sorry about that. Beautiful woman and educated. And I don't understand any other reason other than wanting attention that they're coming out. This particular ex actually has a court case with Louis, but why are you like, I don't understand. I don't understand. This is a 50-year-old woman, Teresa, that we're talking about. This isn't like some 20-year-old young lady that you want to really save. Like, Teresa's a grown woman. Like, why are you, I don't get it. I do think they're thirsty. I could talk more about that later, but I do think they're thirsty. I honestly, truly think if there's something to Louis, we will find it, and we have to just let Teresa be. With that said, Teresa goes and actually asks to talk to Margaret once again, okay? And I actually felt like with this conversation that Teresa really came to Margaret really genuinely and was like, Margaret, like, she addressed the fat shame. She goes, I didn't mean to fat shame you. Like, I didn't even eat dinner the night before. I was just saying, like, you ate. Like, I swear to God, I really don't think Teresa, like, is this mastermind. Either is she dumb as rocks or is she a mastermind, whatever. But she's telling her, like, I missed the Margaret that was so loving to me. I never wanted to hurt you. You're supposed to be my friend. Like, you're bringing up these things that these exes are saying. She's like, I found somebody that I really love, and all this stuff is coming out there, and it's just one thing after the other, and you're supposed to be my friend. Like, why are you also being part of this, bringing it up? And I feel like, for Teresa, like, they're on this reality show, but I feel like, honestly, Teresa's like, yo, shut up. Like, yeah, they're saying it, but you don't have to talk about it. And I feel her on that. Like, she loves Louis. She was in her relationship with Joe, and, it had its ups and its downs, maybe obviously a lot more downs, especially than ups in the last few years. And she's so happy with Louis. It's like, why do you have to talk about his ex? Let his exes talk. You're my friend. You don't need to bring up everything. I don't need you. If I tell you it's fine, it's fine. But Teresa actually breaks it down a little bit more than she ever has. And Margaret's like, you know what? You haven't said it like that before. You've just been like, nope, we're fine. I don't want to talk about it. And I could also understand from Margaret's point of view, it's like, why are you just always shutting stuff down? Like, we're friends. We can talk. I don't know if Teresa just doesn't want to talk about things on camera, or if Teresa just doesn't want to talk at all. I have a hard time believing that Teresa, who's like best friends with like Dina, for example, doesn't talk to Dina about things. I'm pretty sure she does. I think there's just a way that Teresa wants to talk about stuff. And I'm not going to say it's conditional, but you have to kind of respect your friend. She don't want to talk about it. Margaret, though, in the moment, really wasn't ready to talk. And she didn't really want to let go of the fact that Teresa threw a bunch of food on her and drinks. And she's like, I don't feel loved by you, Teresa. I don't feel like I'm your friend. I don't feel like you care about all the things I did for you. She's You know, Margaret mentioned, she goes, I forgave so easily when you told Danielle to pull my hair. And I'm not ready to like take you back. And I have to say I understand Margaret on that too. I believe that Margaret hasn't taken full accountability for her part in this though, just like Dolores said earlier. But I will say, you know, Louis started to get like kind of irritated before the end of the evening, and he starts throwing a little shade. He's like, babe, let's go. Let's go home to our 50,000 square foot house. This is too much. I don't want to do this anymore. And everyone's like, oh, like, look at how Louis freaking out. I'm like, you know what? This is new for him. This like public dating Teresa, dating a Bravo celebrity. This is new for him. He's going to have to get thicker skin like Joe Gorga said. But for now, it's getting to him. He wants to go home. He's throwing a little bit of shade. And I understand. Before the end of the episode, though, Margaret said something, and I was like, ooh, mic drop. She goes, I've been right about Siggy. I was right about Danielle. And I'll be right about Louis. Probably took a drink. And I was like, well then. Margaret said what she thought. She said, time will tell, you guys. I have made no secret. I love Teresa. Love, love, love her. I actually don't really dislike anybody on the show, really, except for Tracy. But she's a non-MF factor. But I hope Margaret's wrong. And I don't want Teresa's love bubble bursted. So I'm excited to see the reunion. I know it's going to be explosive. 3 episodes or whatever. So let's see what happens. Let me know what you think. If you guys agree with me. Am I being too easy on Teresa? Am I making too many excuses for Louis and his exes and the things he says and his, you know, are these women thirsty, or are they genuinely warning us that Louis is a narcissist who's going to take all of Teresa's money? What do you guys think? Leave me a comment, like, and subscribe. Once again, signing off. Thank you.